I want to say good afternoon to you. Welcome. It's Friday. It's the weekend of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you for being with us. Again, our show dedicated to the one who hung on the cross. We tell you that as we start each and every show. We unashamedly tell you that. And our verse of the day is, because I'm out of the book of Acts 25, 26, and 27, because I'm at your right hand, you will not be shaken. Whoo! Therefore let your heart be glad, your tongue rejoice, live in hope, and I will not abandon you. Because I'm at your right hand, you will not be shaken. Yeah. Therefore, let your heart be glad, your tongue rejoice, live in hope, and I will not abandon you. I'll not leave you. I'll not turn my back on you, and you will not be shaken if you just hang on to me. Put your fingers in my belt loops, and away we go, he says. Good afternoon, Horace. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good. Ready to go. Got all kinds of things to talk about. Our show brought to you by Brackett Asphalt Maintenance, Bristol Motor Speedway, American Import and Auto Repair out of Johnson City. One of our winners got a text from him earlier today, Ken Archer, getting an Earl change down there by me winning for him the quiz show. And so he's there as we speak, getting his Earl changed. Jim Klein, Farmers Insurance, the #1 farmers agent in 5 states. Bristol Orthotics, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Book Lovers Warehouse, our thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Cherokee Barbershop, the Gator Man, down there snipping them locks today. Max Medicine Mart, Bays Mountain Park, Wells Fargo, Financial Network, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance, and starting next week, B&H Wealth Strategies back with us. We're very excited about that. So we is here and ready to go. Our brackets, our March Madness scoreboard here, as you can tell. They can see it on the camera, correct?
When you move back, they can.
14-13. Took a little trip. Is that right?
Yeah.
Horace, 14 right. I got 13 right. I was trying to figure out where I messed up, where he got one and I didn't. But anyway, man, upsets abounding yesterday.
Yeah.
Whew, goodness gracious. North Carolina almost got beat by Harvard. They hung on. Baylor, big surprise, third seed out of the West, gone. Georgia State got them. UAB knocking off Iowa State. 14th seed beating a third seed. That was a huge upset. And Stephen F. Austin knocking off Utah in the South. That was a huge upset as well.
No, wait a minute. Did they win?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're tied.
Yeah.
Because you got me. I picked Utah, and you got me. You checked down here that I won it.
Oh, well, who did win it?
I don't know who won. Let's go take a look.
Well, I don't know. I thought Stephen F. Austin won the game.
Jeez.
So many things to do, and I just can't keep up with them. It's just stress city. What region are they in? South? South
they're
region.
they're in the South.
South Regional. Okay, this is what a train wreck this is. I thought I had all this done. South Regional.
Yeah, Utah won.
Utah won it?
Yeah.
So I had Stephen F. Austin, so you got it right.
So, yeah, I'm still 14-13.
That's the difference.
Yes.
I took Stephen F. Austin upset.
Yeah.
Nickname pick, Anyway, so he leads me 14-13. Loser takes the winner to Braden's Barbecue on a $25 gift card. Compliments of our buddy Jim Klein from Farmers Insurance, the big old tall drink of water. Would you like to ask the new hat I'm donning, or do you care?
It looks like a Cincinnati Reds ball cap.
Bingo. The Reds got rained out yesterday, so big fan of the Reds. And we're going to start talking about the Braves a little bit. I think we need a lot of fans here in the area like the Braves, and so we'll start talking about them and not having a very good spring, and I don't know what kind of season they're going to have.
They'll be my number 2 team.
No,
they'll be number 3 team.
After the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Who's pitching today, right?
Yeah, Daniel Norris is pitching today. As a matter of fact, he's pitching right now.
4 minutes to first pitch, 107 first pitch. We'll keep you posted on how Norris does today. Pitching against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays down in Florida for the spring training game. All right, we've got scoreboard updates. Let's jump in here and go. Halftime, Kansas 13-point lead over New Mexico State. Just got started. Georgia, almost, I shouldn't say that. They're halfway through the first half. Georgia and Michigan State are tied. Coming up a little bit later on, Wyoming and Northern Iowa. So we'll keep you posted. And so anybody jumped out there? Well, now you picked Texas and I picked Butler. So I thought I had you, and I did have you on that one. But then you came back and got me on this Stephen F. Austin, Utah. Stupid bunch of guys. Can't play games. So anyway, the brackets are up and running. What'd you read? 5 million brackets got blown up a few minutes?
Oh, yeah, millions of brackets got blown away because of the 3 upsets.
3 upsets, yeah. And I dare say there'll be some today, too. What I'm seeing, even the guys who were supposed to win are struggling to win, so either they are coming out of the chute, kind of sluggish, or there's a lot of parity in college basketball, which is, I think, what it is. But
yeah, I think the talent is becoming more equally
distributed. I think you're right on. So, what else happening in sports? Again, tough story out of NASCAR today. Brian Vickers, again, young man who came back from heart surgery. He's out with blood clots again, recurrence of blood clots. Michael Waltrip will drive development driver Brett Moffitt will be in the Auto Club 400 race. And so Vickers has battled blood clots since 2010. Fourth time he's been sidelined. He missed the first 2 races of the season after heart surgery in December to reject a patch in his heart inserted in 2010 to help keep the blood clots from recurring. And so he has started to take blood thinners and cannot race while on those. And very, very tough situation. And
that'll probably do him in.
Yeah.
I hate it for him.
Yeah. Blood clots again for the 4th time. So Brian Vickers not in the car this weekend. And, you can't be taking blood thinners and be out there on the track. That's part of the NASCAR rules, and I understand that. So he's had blood clots in his legs, lungs. And so, again, he is out this weekend in the car at the Auto Club 400 for Michael Waltrip Racing. Again, the development driver, Brett Moffitt, will be behind the wheel, and that's tough. And, again, speaking of that, they will start about 3 o'clock as we're going off this afternoon. They'll start practice. Again, the Cup practice at 3 o'clock. The Xfinity Series practice at 4:30. 6 o'clock, the final Xfinity Series practice. Pole qualifying for Sunday's running of the Auto Club 400 will be at 7:50 tonight, our time, out on the left coast. So that's what's happening in NASCAR. Of course, Kyle Busch, the defending champ of that race, and obviously he will not be there because of his injury at Daytona. Of course, he is still on the mend. So the Dallas Cowboys. Here we go. Now we're getting into the political arenas. Crossing over to the interesting. The signing of Greg Hardy. We told you earlier in the week, Hardy, he's the one that apparently assaulted his girlfriend to the point where he got arrested and had some problems. And she wrote a check, and everything was dropped because she wrote a check and in essence went away. Well, Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings, a Cowboys fan who's watched games from the suite of owner and general manager Jerry Jones, called the signing of Greg Hardy a shot in the gut. Rawlings called the Cowboys to discuss the signing. Said the team told him it did extensive background checks into Hardy, structured his contract so the player would need to fall in line in order to be paid handsomely. Again, let's bring you up to speed. Last spring, a North Carolina judge found Hardy guilty of assaulting and threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Holder. Verdict was set aside when Hardy requested a jury trial. Charges were dropped when Holder refused to cooperate with the district attorney's office after she got a financial settlement from Hardy. So he signed a 1-year, $11.3 million deal with the Cowboys. Now, the mayor says, I'm not happy. At some point, being a sports fan gets trumped by being a father, a husband, wanting to do what's right for women. So this is not a good thing. I don't think I'm going to be buying Hardy jerseys anytime soon. And your take is?
Well, it boggles the mind.
Yes, Horace, it does.
The NFL can make such a big deal and take a stance on domestic violence issues.
Right.
And then some of these teams just go, who cares? Some teams will jump on board and take that stance, and other teams like the Cowboys just say, we looked at him, we like him, we're going to take him. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You either take your stance, and the NFL needs to buckle down and say, hey, if the guy did what he did, and well, of course, there were no charges placed.
Right.
Okay.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent until proven. But look what they did with Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
He was kicked out completely until he was before.
What was the guy's name of the Ravens? Ray Rice?
Ray Rice, same situation.
Same situation. So either you have a blanket policy or you don't have a blanket policy, what you're saying?
Right. And, of course, they're getting ready to take on a big problem in the NFL draft with Mr. Winston.
Yeah, it's your boy.
Famous
Jameis.
I mean, look at his past.
Yeah. So, well, you're right. And so the mayor from Dallas has said, again, I'm not excited about you guys signing this guy. And the mayor has employed current and former Cowboys in his efforts to curtail domestic violence with his Dallas Men Against Abuse campaign. So Rawlings did say he calls himself a big believer in redemption. Rawlings, by the way, is the mayor of Dallas. Hopes Hardy can be an advocate in ending abuse in the future. So,
well, if he comes around and he does that, and he earns the respect and the trust back, fine, give him another chance. But that hasn't happened.
Rawlings, final point. Rawlings said he does not believe the NFL deals with social issues well, but it does respond to the marketplace. The league
All about the money.
Yep, the league has stepped up its commitment to fighting domestic violence in response to several off-the-field incidents in the past year by strengthening its personal conduct policy and releasing several public service announcements. So, anyway, they've signed him. He's in. The mayor of Dallas says, I don't like it. And, there again, I don't know what you can do about it, except he did what he did. I guess he voiced his displeasure, and as they say, the train rolls on, correct? So Hardy's in and making $11 million, and
people will tune in just like they always have, and things will just be hunky dory.
Well, the other part is this lady, she got bought out. I mean, he's like,
oh yeah, that's all. That's why it didn't get charged.
Yeah, let me write you a check and go away. She said, okay. So she refused to cooperate with the district attorney's office after receiving a financial settlement from Hardy. So there you go. So that's the latest out of Dallas. Out of Syracuse, we reported yesterday Boeheim went on this 45-minute tirade. Well, today it's reported two of his players, sophomores, they have left. Jumped ship. They have left the team, and so it's beginning to, I wouldn't say unravel, but you lose two of your players.
Plus scholarships you've already lost.
You lost 12 scholarships. You're down two less players. I don't guess you can go. I don't know how this works. I don't know if you can go get JUCO guys. I know you can have walk-on tryouts on campus. I know you can do that. But as far as scholarships, I don't know if that applies to JUCOs or just
any scholarship.
Okay.
So I mean, if those two sophomores were scholarship players and they're gone, then they can't replace them. Not with scholarships.
You look good in orange. It may put you up there at trial for that. Yeah, put me in, coach.
I'll just stand. Let them come and go around me.
Yeah. Some truth to that. Yeah. Big boy over there. Hey, big boy over there.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, big boy over there. So, anyway, that's what's going on at the Syracuse camp and the Dallas Cowboy camp. A little closer to home, we got, out of nowhere, this becomes a problem.
This could be a big problem.
Big problem for East Tennessee State football team. Now, if you've not heard this, front page of the Johnson City Press today, a lease agreement between the city and ETSU for use of Kermit-Tipton Stadium for the 2000 football season put on ice last night, or in essence delayed. City commissioners learned the Southern Conference is now concerned about benefits flowing directly or indirectly to prospective student athletes. It all comes down to a university playing at a high school football field or stadium, and think there's maybe some undue favoritism shown. And I guess it's a legitimate concern, I suppose. ETSU attorneys forwarded to city staff a section of the NCAA bylaws, a section that forbids universities from allowing any form of donation or other pre-college expenses to prospective student athletes at Science Hill, where the stadium is located. It's the old trickle-down effect. Now, obviously they're going to be playing in a high school football stadium. That's rarely done. It's the whole point of this. So
where would they play?
That's my connection. What do you do? I mean, they have no home. This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to J. Fred. That's a high school football stadium.
Yeah.
If you go to Stone Castle, that's a high school football stadium. I mean, there is no other options unless
Tusculum would probably be the closest football field, and I'm not even sure they.
Tusculum or that'd be the closest one.
Yeah. And
UVA Wise, that's a haul too.
Yeah.
I guess they'll hammer something out, but in the last 24 hours, we've learned the East Tennessee State University needs an additional clause in the agreement regarding the NCAA. So I was going to finish up the story, and, of course, naturally I dropped the page. Oh, here it is. Dropped the page I needed. It goes like this. University plans to play its 2015 football season at Science Hill in exchange for about $26,600. Johnson City, the city, would provide concessions on game days and retain all revenues from the source. University would operate the ticketing system and keep all of these revenues according to the proposed agreement. City Manager Peterson recommended deferring a decision on the agreement until April the 2nd, when the City Commission meets again in regular session. Problem with that is the delay should not interfere with a planned April 11th inter-squad scrimmage at Tipton Stadium, which is part of the one-year lease. So they they're leasing out April 11th for the scrimmage, and then everything starts August the 25th for the regular season, ends December the 15th. So part of that is the April 11th inter-squad scrimmage at Kermit-Tipton Stadium. So I don't know where you play it. I'm assuming the NCAA will make an exception, but
well, if the inter-squad, you're not looking at two different teams. You're looking at the same team, just playing themselves. So there might be a little leeway on that one, but you get in the regular season, no.
NCAA bylaw 13.15 cautions East Tennessee State, in this case, that is ultimately responsible for any funds flowing to prospective student athletes through another entity. The agreement includes ETSU's use of the stadium's football field, track, restrooms, home and visitor stands, press box, lighting system, ticket booths, existing field house, and scoreboard. University will also be responsible for preparing these facilities, staffing, security, emergency services, and all other equipment involved. So, it's not a problem at Freedom Hall because it's not a high school gym.
No, that's
for the basketball
that's
side.
City of John City owns that.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's but the football stadium is owned by the city, and Science Hill plays there. See, Science Hill doesn't play their basketball games from Freedom Hall, so a can of worms. If they rule that they cannot use Kermit Tipton Stadium, I would think they would not. I would think they'd make up some kind of a clause, or because if they don't, I mean, they got no home.
They don't.
I mean, there's no place. Well, I say no place, but where would you? Well, yeah, they don't have a place to play. They'd have to do their whole first season, first 2 seasons potential on the road. Tusculum College would be the closest one. Scott Niswanger is heavily involved in ETSU. Of course, he's helping to.
I'm going to put another twist on this.
Okay.
Who broke this story? Did this come from the NCAA or did this come from ETSU admitting that they've got a problem?
Probably ETSU, it looks like.
All right. Think about this for a second.
You're ciphering. All right.
They've decided to build a new football stadium.
Right.
What was it, 2017, 2018?
2017, yeah.
2017, first game, August 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
What's to say this might not help jumpstart some funding to build it sooner? Can it be done sooner?
Huh. Good point.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that's what happened, but, I mean, you think about it. We got a problem. We need our football stadium sooner rather than later. Can you help us?
Good point. We're going to speed things up.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's what's happening. It's
a good point.
You got to look at it from another angle.
All the different angles. If nothing, but it's going to be tough to. I mean, they play football in August.
I know it.
So there's no way they can they can't build a football stadium in 8 months.
No.
But let me think here. Unless the NCAA grants a clause, and I would see, but there again, you open up another can of worms, just like kind of a NASCAR deal. If you're going to do it for this school, then you're going to have to do it for another school.
Yeah.
So if you do it for that one, if you do it for ETSU, okay, let me cipher here on the fly.
But how many times does this come up?
Oh, I mean, I can't imagine how many times. Probably not very many.
Oh, yeah.
The football program is resurrecting the program. They need a stadium till theirs is built. They're going to borrow a high school football stadium. I guess as I'm reading this, I'm thinking what the NCAA is looking at is like Horace is a hot rod football player at Science Hill, and he's up there around the program on Saturdays, and I guess they're thinking maybe there's an unfair advantage for the recruiting part of it because you're just up there hanging around the field and maybe selling programs, maybe working the concession. I don't know this is all hypothetical, but that may be their reasoning that ETSU gets a unfair advantage over other colleges because you're playing on the field where Hot Rod Horace plays on Friday nights, and he may be Hot Rod Horace on Saturday afternoons for the Bucks in the future. But seriously, if they don't, if the NCAA doesn't make an exception, they'd have to go down. The only college field that I know of would be Tusculum.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, you can go to Mars Hill. They've got a football team.
That's another state.
Yep, King doesn't. Obviously, Milligan doesn't. UVA is in Virginia. So the closest one I would think would either be Maryville College, which would be a disaster.
Yeah.
It'd have to be Tusculum to go play the ball. And again, as I said earlier, Scott Niswanger is on the committee to help build the new one, and he's the one, of course, was behind getting the Tusculum.
Yep.
So there's a connection. So
and the timing of this is awful.
Yeah.
Because you got the microscope that the NCAA is putting on all these programs right now for violations. And, here's a potential situation that could create violations.
2 days after they have the big press conference announcing the stadium, and everybody's jacked up, and there's so much energy.
Yeah.
And you heard Michael White say yesterday, the SID at East Tennessee State, we had him on the show, all the energy. He's not seen that kind of energy since the Bucks had the team back in the day with Mr. Jennings, those guys, and so 2 days after they're all jacked up, fundraising started. Kenny Chesney's behind it, Mike Smith's behind it, the former Buck player, now the coach of the Falcons, and then 2 days later, front page JC Press, and now we got problems because the NCAA is like, whoa, timeout, or actually the Southern Conference, whoa,
Yeah.
timeout under the umbrella of the NCAA. So yes, timing could not have been worse. It's almost like Boeheim kicking off March Madness. So
if this was going to be an issue, though, it's been discussed for a long, long time.
why now?
Why now?
Exactly. That was my next thought. They have known since Coach Torbush came on the scene to start the football program back.
And the Southern Conference has known this.
That the only place they can play till they build a stadium is at Kermit Tipton Stadium, and they have known that from day one. I'm sure that I know they have. The Bucks have told them that. Everybody's known that. We can't build a stadium fast enough on campus. We got to borrow one for a couple of years. So why now? Who decides to go get on their power high horse and go, boys, wait just a minute. We got a little bit of a problem. Timeout. Y'all can't play yonder because that's over on a high school field. Well, we've been telling, not we, but ETSU's been telling everybody for the last year and a half. I've got it over here. We'll go to the break. I've got the timeline of the Bucks somewhere here in the studio where it talks about coming back with a football program and announcing got Carl Torbush, Philip Fulmer's on as a consultant, blah, 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 blah. So they've known this for a long time, and so now they kind of do a little power play is the way it looks to me. So anyway, that's what's going on in Johnson City, East Tennessee State. They've been told temporarily that they got to relook at this thing. NCAA rule concerns stall stadium pact. I'm sorry, NCAA rule concerns stalls a stadium pact. City defers action on ETSU's lease of Tipton Stadium over bylaw question. So, ruh-roh, we got. As the old boy said, who was it in Apollo 13? Tom Hanks says, Houston,
we've got a problem.
We've got a problem. So we've got to take a break before we go there. Tell me about your boy. You went over there and got your ears lowered this week. Tell me about the Gator Man.
Oh, Gator, Cherokee Barbershop there on South Roan Street, just past Tipton Haynes there on the right. Go in there, old-fashioned barbershop, put you in the chair, get you a trim, cut, whatever you want to do, then ask him for a shave. And he'll put them hot towels on your face, lay you back, and you'll be asleep before you know it. Next thing you know, he's got that straight razor out, and you wake up and you see it.
There you go.
But he does a great job.
Yes, he does.
He does a great job. And, of course, it'll cost you $11 for a cup of coffee, but he'll throw in the haircut free.
Haircut's free, $11 a cup of coffee. You get to keep a styrofoam cup, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a heck of a guy there. He's a nice one. Give me that styrofoam cup for $11. I like it. Quick break. We'll be right back. Again, we got coming up on the show today. Got the quiz show. Horace going to do that coming up next. We got a 1:30 guest. Our buddy Pete Tackett from Antioch Baptist Church going to be with us because speaking of Coach Torbush, he's going to be there and in a speaking capacity at his church in Johnson City. Won't steal his thunder. Let him tell you all about that. Also coming up at 2 o'clock, Frank Lett's due to join us from the KCVB. Clark Powers, the athletic director at Tri-Cities Christian Schools. Got some cool things going on there, including the hiring of a new football coach. Also Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. The sports books, all that coming up here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Also, our first ticket winners for the Stop Diabetes 300 coming up on the 18th of April. And also the Pit Light 125, the K&M Pro Series. And so our first round of tickets going to be given away today. First pair of tickets, I should say. We'll do that a little bit later on in the show. Again, how do we do that one more time?
Go to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com and send us your name, address, contact information, phone number, however you want us to get hold of you. And we'll put your name in the hopper and see if you get lucky.
There you go. Here's another one. Indianapolis Colt linebacker Eric Walden slashed in the arm with a knife, and his female companion suffered a broken arm after allegedly being attacked with the player's ex-girlfriend in Brazelton, Georgia, late Saturday night. Let me read that again here now. Colts linebacker Eric Walden slashed in the arm with a knife. His female companion suffered a broken arm after allegedly being attacked with the player's ex-girlfriend. Okay. She ain't happy because
the money went away.
A was A, now she's B, and she didn't like being B. So she, gets better. Walden called 911, had to wrestle his gun away from Erica Palmer, who was also armed with a baseball bat, when she struck his new companion in the arm and then ran away. So A got bumped to B, didn't like it, went and got a bat and thumped the new girl A and then slashed him in the arm for good measure. So, wow.
Don't you love it? It just NFL is just full of different side stories.
Hell hath no fury that a woman scorn.
There you go.
Yep. So she didn't like it, and she didn't like being B, and so that happened. And so Indianapolis Colt linebacker Eric Walden slashed in the arm with a knife. Apparently he's going to be okay. And, again, the lady he was with suffered a broken arm after being hit with a ball bat. So ain't love grand. Oh, ain't love grand. So, anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come right back. Quiz show categories: fishing trivia, sports trivia, geography trivia, animal trivia, and game trivia. Coming back next, Horace is in the hot seat on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Hi, with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. Basketball, let's bring it up to date here. Michigan State leads Georgia by 10 with about 50 seconds to go in the first half of the East Regional. Halftime, you have actually started the second half. Kansas having no problem with New Mexico State right now. And then starting here in just a few minutes, you got Wyoming and Northern Iowa, and Buffalo and West Virginia at 2:10. Indiana, Wichita State at 2:45. Belmont and UVA, the number 2 seed, they'll start at 3:10 coming up again this afternoon. March Madness. Again, the scoreboard goes. Horace has 14 right. I've got 13 right. It's nip and tuck right now.
Yeah. Did you pick Georgia or Michigan State?
Took Georgia.
Okay. Well, neither one of us is going to gain or lose on that one.
Yeah. I took them Southeastern Conference boys.
Yeah.
So, let's see. All right, you ready for the quiz show?
Yeah.
All right, and you are going to do, I'm making sure something here real quick. Hit that music, would you please? Quiz show time with the OK Corral again. Daniel Norris, by the way, as we told you, pitching today. Go Dino is what you called him?
Dino. His nickname's Dino. Yeah.
Dino Norris. Go Dino. Get him, baby. He's pitching as we speak against Tampa Bay down in spring training. Young man from Johnson City. All right, quiz show brought to you by American Import and Auto Repair. Our buddy Tim Smith and his lovely bride Kim are great sponsors and love them to death. And so want to say hello to them. One of our previous winners was there today. Kent Archer getting his Earl changed. Compliments of being one of the 6 correct picks on the Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance Quiz Show scoreboard. I've got 4 right. Buzzer's got 1. Gator's got 1. And my boy Horace has a big, fat goose egg up there, but maybe today.
Maybe today.
Maybe today. So, anyway, thanks to American Import and Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. You've been there. Of course, I trade there. We know a lot of folks that trade at American Import and Auto Repair on West Market Street in Johnson City, between Johnson City and Jonesboro. 913-3111. Go to the website. They're there. And, again, they're open on Saturdays. As I told you earlier in the week, they really like to reach out to females, particularly widows. I know when my father passed away, he did everything on the cars, and so my mom had no clue. And quite frankly, of course, she's back up in West Virginia, but she got took. Man, she called me one time. It's been 25 years ago. Now, you tell me this wasn't a rip job. She called me up, and so her car, she drove it so few times that the battery actually went dead. I mean, it would go down for lack of usage because she never drove the car. So this Yahoo, and I'll use the word Yahoo, she calls down to the local service station there back up home in West Virginia. And 25 years ago, 25 years ago, they clipped her for $100, $105 for a new battery. 25 years ago. Now, you know darn good and well that battery didn't cost.
Just need to charge it.
Well, but a new battery 25 years ago wasn't $105. No. And she paid it.
That's what you pay today. You pay $120, $125 for a battery today.
So, Hot Rod makes a little trip. Next time I went home to West Virginia, went down and visited my boy. His name was Buzzy. And I jacked Buzzy up. And he actually wrote me a check in the refund. Point to all this is, sometimes in that situation, my mom got took because Dad did everything for her. And so to make sure it doesn't happen around here, they cater to the females. They like to take care of ladies who are widows, divorcees, single ladies. And so if you're a female and want to go someplace where you know they're going to take care of you, they're going to look out for you, American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City is the place to go. They do a great job. And, again, of course, they take care of the gentlemen, too, and couples. But I know Kim and Tim just kind of have a soft spot in their heart for widows and as I said, divorced ladies and single ladies. So they do a lot of work for single folks or for the females. So there you go. They are open 6 days a week. Again, American Import and Auto Repair on West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program.
There's a reason their parking lot's always full.
Oh, they're awesome. They do a great job. Yeah. 6 bays. But I don't want to scare anybody off. They've got room for you because they make appointments. You just don't walk in. I mean, they'll get you.
They'll take care of you.
When you went down to get your appointment, were you there right on time and they got you in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's not like, okay, be here at 12:30. Well, Mr. Horace, we really can't get to you till 2. They say 12:30. They 9 times. There's always exceptions, but 9
They'll
times
find
out
a way
of
to
10,
make it work.
You go in at 12:30 and they tell you. So they're on it. Tanya, Blaine, and Scott, a.k.a. Big Sexy. So there you go. All right. Quiz show. We're going to talk to Pete Tackett coming up in a moment. But here we go. Quiz show. Question number 1. Who we playing for?
Melina Denny. She liked us on Facebook, so we're going to play for Melina.
Melina Denny. Here we go. Question number 1. Fishing trivia. True or false? There's a fishing lure named Ernie. There's a fishing lure. I'm not going to make eye contact with you. There's a fishing lure named Ernie. Is that true or false?
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if it's got a companion named Bert.
Ho! Boom. All right. Is there a fishing lure named Ernie?
That's so corny, I'm going to say that's true.
Hit the bell. All right. He's off and running. All right. Okay, here we go. Question number 2, movie sports trivia. Carl Weathers in the Rocky movies, who played the role of Apollo Creed. True or false? He is a former NFL football player.
I believe that is true.
All right. Final answer?
Final answer.
Hit the bell, Horace. Okay, I'm getting nervous now because if he goes 5 for 5, I'll never hear the end of this on this show, ever.
Woo!
All right. Question number 3, geography trivia. Catalina Island. Catalina Island is in Florida. Catalina Island's in Florida. True or false?
That is false. I think that's off California.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Woo! Hit the bell. Horace on a roll today. 3 for 3. Oh, man. All right. Animal trivia. True or false? A cow cannot produce milk till it has had a calf. Is that true or false? A cow cannot produce milk until it's had a calf. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Oh, God. True. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, 4 for 4.
No.
You don't like. You,
I don't
you
want to
thought
do this.
You thought you had me.
I don't want to do this. I just soon go out the woodshed, take a whooping, than to do this right here to give you a chance to win, because I'll never hear the end of this if you get this right. Question number 5 is 4 for 4. In the game, board game Clue, all right? True or false? One of the rooms on the board game Clue is the laundry room. True or false?
That is. Ooh, I got to study on this one. I think that's false. I don't think there is a laundry room.
Laundry room is a room in the board game Clue. Is that true or false?
There is no laundry room. No, that's got to be false.
Final answer.
Final answer.
God. Hit the bell. Horace is a winner. All right. Woo-hoo. All right.
5 for 5, big baby. That goes up to 7 up there, and you put my name up there now. Congratulations, Melina. You just won yourself an oil change.
Wow.
And a free pass to Bays Mountain.
Wow.
And you can take your hubby to Cherokee Barbershop to get a trim.
Wow. I'm sick of my stomach. I'm really sick of my stomach. Good job. Congratulations.
Yeah,
5 for 5. All right, let's take a break. I'll try and regroup. See, what you don't understand is I got to deal with this guy every day now. So it'll be like 6 o'clock tonight. I'll get a text. Hey, 5 for 5. How about you? You went 1 for 5 yesterday. Or Sunday at church, walk up and go, hey, Tom, 5 for 5. So we have created, you don't know this, we have created a monster.
A monster.
A monster. Because this guy's, look at that boy, look at that face. You're gloating like.
I went 4 for 5 last week.
I know that. See, he's already started. I went 4 for 5. So we're not going to hear into this. Take a break. We'll check in with Pete Tackett from Antioch Baptist Church. Here we go. So I'm distraught I forgot to play the theme. Oh, my. What have I done?
Oh, yeah, what have you done?
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Pete Tackett joins us next on this Friday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no.
Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance, even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. We've got a score update. Michigan State at halftime over Georgia, 35-22 out of the East Regional. Also right now it is Kentucky. I keep saying Kentucky. Kansas by 17 over New Mexico State. Coming up here in just a few minutes will be Wyoming and Northern Illinois. Nope, I said it wrong again. So you winning this quiz show's got me all tore up. Wyoming and Northern Iowa coming up next. And I just got a thing from Apester says, you can take some lessons from Horace. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Apester. Let's go to the phone. He's our buddy Pete Tackett, the pastor of Antioch Baptist Church in Johnson City. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You probably know this already, but radio coverage of basketball games is terrible. We've been driving across the state, and hearing you go through those scores was the first time I actually knew what was going on today.
There you go. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We keep you in the loop, my friend. So now, did you fill out
hard to listen to you in the car.
Did you fill out a bracket? Do you have a bracket?
You know, I didn't. I've got some illness in my family, but my daughter is doing that. We always do that together, and you know, I'm kind of living vicariously through hers right now. And she did pretty good last night. She actually called one of those 5-14 upsets. She called the UAB one.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So not many did that. And so that's good stuff. And, again, we'll keep you posted all afternoon about the basketball going on. Hey, you got something really exciting going on at Antioch Baptist Church. Tell me what's happening this weekend.
Well, Sunday morning, you know, we're just a mile from the campus of East Tennessee State. And of course, my wife and I both attended there. And we're just real followers of the athletic program over there. And we've got Coach Carl Torbush coming over to speak for us on Sunday morning. He's just a great man. He's, you know, long history, doing it right, building character into young men. And I couldn't think of anybody better to do what he's doing. And I just wanted our people, because of the community involvement, to hear from him. And just wanted to invite folks to come over and he'll talk about his faith and how that faith has informed the decisions he's made both in football and in life. And he'll have the whole time. It's not one of those little sneak attacks where we kind of pull you in with one thing and do something else. We're just going to let him have the time and just kind of tell his story.
Neat stuff's coming up on this coming Sunday. Tell me where the church is located in Johnson City.
We're about a mile west of the university. The best way to find it is just to off the state of Franklin onto the old Jonesboro Highway and then left on Antioch Road. And we're at the top of the hill. And I do have to tell you, I have to tell everyone this when we invite them over there, that once you get onto our property at 1014 Antioch Road, there's this cool little brick building with a steeple on top of it that you think would be where you're going, but alas, no, we outgrew that. And so you have to drive around to the back of the building, to the big metal building, and come under the canopy there, and that's where we meet on Sunday morning. Starts at 11 o'clock, and that's at 1014 Antioch Road.
You spent some time around him. Again, we're talking to Pete Tackett, the pastor of Antioch Baptist Church in Johnson City. You spent some time around Carl Torbush. He is what he is, and what you see is what you get. He's a man of great faith, is he not?
He is, and you know, we've known of him because of a friend in common that they went to school together down at Carson Newman, and had some interaction there many years ago, and just kind of kept up with his career. And you know, one of the great parts of his story is kind of how he sort of thought that career was over, and then Philip Fulmer and East Tennessee State came calling, and kind of giving him a new lease on his football life. And we're just really excited about it. My family and I date back to the days when Mike Cavin and some of those guys, there were some competitive days. I remember being at the Mini Dome. I know everybody around here hates it, but I love the Mini Dome. And I remember being at the Mini Dome and just, you know, having the place packed out for a game against UT Chattanooga, coming right down to the last minute. And what an electric atmosphere that was. And I'm hopeful and prayerful that Coach Torbush and his team are going to be able to put that back on the campus at ETSU.
Absolutely, and that's going to be coming up later this fall for football. And as you said, the stadium should be ready to go 2017. So obviously this is a free event. It's this coming Sunday. Coach Torbush will be at your church getting the whole service. So he'll go as the Lord leads and talk until then. That's pretty cool stuff. Before I let you go, tell me about your campaign. I know you guys are very aggressive on a new campaign for the church. Tell me about that.
Well, we're kind of on the front end of Antioch 2.0, which is a kind of a three-tiered plan. We're doing some pretty major renovation. It's a church that's kind of reinvented itself in the last 5 years to try to focus on that community. We talk about our parish model, working locally. And so in addition, we're doing a lot of renovation in addition to the church, but also doing some leadership development to double the capacity of the church, but then also helping to plant or partner with other churches in the community. We do an awful lot of things in terms of homeless family ministry through Family Promise, and always do a big outreach event every year called Love Loud, where we kind of help the kids in the neighborhood get ready for school. And so because of all that, it's growing, and now we're having to do this Antioch 2.0 campaign just to kind of keep up with them.
Neat stuff. And so lots going on in Antioch Baptist Church there in Johnson City, again, a mile from the campus. One more time, 11 o'clock on Sunday. Coach Carl Torbush will be the guest speaker and share his faith and his testimony. And it's free and open to the public, obviously. And you encouraged to come one, come all, right?
Absolutely. Just folks who like ETSU and like football, it'd be a great way to spend your Sunday morning. And there'll be a smiling face there to welcome you and show you how to get to your seat. And we just love to have the folks come out and hear from Coach Torbush.
Great report, my friend. We're going to talk to you next week about your Easter program. So have a safe trip coming back home into the East Tennessee mountains, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
All right, Tom. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, great job. Our buddy Pete Tackett from Antioch Baptist Church, Carl Torbush, great Christian man, and so he'll be there again giving his testimony and speaking on Sunday at Antioch Baptist Church, and that's really cool that they're reaching out to him and he's reaching out to them and get a chance to share his faith as the head coach of the Buck football team. That's cool.
Yeah, I'd be anxious to hear that if I wasn't involved somewhere else.
Yeah, me too. I said the same thing. If I didn't have prior commitments, I'd be sitting right there in the front row listening to him. Maybe we can get a copy of it because I'm sure it's going to be very moving. And he is a man strong in the faith, the football coach of the Buccaneers. We have a 15-point lead by Kansas, about 11:40 to go over New Mexico State. Also, Michigan State leads Georgia by 13 at halftime. You just got one going now. You have the University of Northern Iowa and Wyoming tied. That's a number 5 seed against number 12 seed. Just got started about 2 or 3 minutes into that game. Again, so we'll keep you posted on the March Madness. Our scoreboard, Horace with 14, and I've got 13. And then do I have to go up there and do that now?
You can do it later.
I don't care to do it now. Do you want me to do it now and get it over with? Because if not, the next break will say, you didn't change it. When you did it, you got to change it right away. When you went 5 for 5, you changed it.
I just told you could do it later. I won't
No, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Tell me,
reverse psychology. I just shamed you into doing it. I love it.
All right, let's do this. I like his high-tech cleaning system I got here, too. My finger. So, all right. So, who'd you win this for, by the way?
Melina Denny.
Melina Denny. All right, there's number 7 going up on the Bracken Asphalt maintenance and Bracken paving scoreboard. I'm going to color it in so it'll look nice and big for you. Okay. Feel like that guy. What was the guy's name? Passed away, did the painting on the TV.
I don't know. I remember he's a goofy-looking fella.
Yeah.
I think he was from West Virginia.
Thank you. I was about to say that's who I was up here coloring, but since he's goofy-looking. All right, so you color inside the lines. Now, we are doing this very slowly. Now we're going to put Horace over here. And
you know how to spell Horace, don't you?
Don't go in that direction. Don't go in that direction. The way I would spell it doesn't start with that right there, I can tell you. Yeah. You just about walked into a can of worms on that one right there, cowboy. It's good. All right. Here we go. Horace has got 7 up. Good job, Horace. I've got 2. Buzzer's got 1. Gator's got 1. And we'll do 2. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens again on Monday when Gator's back in the saddle, getting ready to do another round of the quiz show questions. And let's see, am I asking him this week? I can't remember.
Who, Gator?
Yeah. Can't remember if I'm doing it or he's doing it. I'll find out. I'll text him. Yeah. Let's see. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, again, one of our great sponsors. And, again, if you're a guy or lady out there and gets hurt, I know it's a crazy lead into this commercial, but they take care of fracture braces, foot, arm, back, leg, ankle, neck braces. They've got them all for you. Again, at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Athletics, a lot of the schools use their braces. They've been around for 30 years. Again, 30, to be exact, you have 39 years. You have 4 locations. You have 1 family. Again, at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Again, the schools, as we said, they use a lot of the services of Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. I know last year they helped out with a guy who got his nose broke. I don't know how you get your nose broke in a face mask and a football helmet, but I guess the opening right here was just that. It was open, and he got hit in the face with the ball and broke his nose with a helmet on. They fixed him up with a special mask that he could back out and play, one that could wear the face mask and not encumber him to not be able to breathe. So that worked with Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Also, they have knee braces, ankle braces, wrist braces, shoulder braces. If you bust up your shoulder, they've got that as well. Also, in the post-mastectomy room, for ladies who've had breast cancer surgery, they have breast forms they'll help you with, and also the post-mastectomy room where they'll sit down with you and also fit you with a young lady or ladies going through breast cancer. and actually have lost a breast or breast. They have the breast forms and also the bras for ladies that have suffered through breast cancer. All this, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. You have the locations on Broad Street in Kingsport, Highway 126 in Bristol, Justice Drive in Greenville, Pounding Mill, Virginia. They're on Short Street, and they're a 1-800 number away, 1-800-524-4447. 1-800-524-4447 is the number to call, again, to get a hold of Will and the great staff at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Do you ever decide you're going to run on this thing on tomorrow, the Run for the Links, tomorrow morning?
No, not going to do it. I got too many things to do at the house. I got to get my boat prepped to take it in for spring service, and I got too many things to do.
All right. You're not going to go to the golf course tomorrow and run?
No.
And or walk?
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Johnson City Senior Center Foundation holding the annual Run the Links 5K Run Walk tomorrow at Pine Oaks Golf Course in Johnson City. And, again, that'll be happening tomorrow morning starting at, race day registration taking place at Pine Oaks from 8 to 9:30. Packet pickup takes place, again, today from 4 until 7 o'clock here on the Friday. And categories are open for all ages with a traditional run on paved paths and a grass course for barefoot runners. Dogs are welcome. New this year is a kids 50-yard dash for ages 9 and younger. All this gets going tomorrow morning. If you need more information than what we've just told you, you can call them at 434-6237. 434-6237 is the number to call. High school baseball and softball, not much yesterday. In fact, they all got washed out due to the weather, and it's not much better out there today. It's kind of rainy and cold and cool, and sun's going to be out tomorrow, but I'm not sure they'll get anything in today either. So baseball, East Tennessee State, opening play this weekend in Mercer down in Georgia. Then they head to Macon on a 4-game win streak and play there starting tonight. Games also be played Saturday and Sunday. East Tennessee State currently 11-7 on the year, and Mercer is 12-11. So it's a 3-game set starting tonight down in Macon, Georgia. East Tennessee State and Mercer about to get with it. We talked about NASCAR. Brian Vickers early in the show. Again, blood clots. Again, sidelining this young man. Feel like that's going to be the end for him?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the 4th time he's come back, and every time you come back, I'd say those doctors with NASCAR are going to be a little more strict in deciding whether or not he can get back behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And if they've given you 4 passes already, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Also, here's a breaking story out of Texas when Texas officials launched a massive public high school steroids testing program over fears of rampant doping from the football fields to the tennis courts. They promised a model program for the rest of the country to follow. Almost no one followed. After spending $10 million testing more than 63,000 students to catch just a handful of cheaters, Texas lawmakers appear likely to defund the program this summer. If that's the case, only New Jersey and Illinois will have the only statewide high school steroids testing program. Like it or not like it, testing high school kids for steroids?
Based upon what my son was talking about when he was in high school, I know it was available, so I can see that happening. Is it necessary across the board? I don't know, but yeah, I think it's probably there, and it's a bad time for kids that age to be taking steroids. Their bodies are still trying to cope with the new rush of testosterone and everything else. So, I can see where they could be implemented. I sure do.
Yeah, and so they're going to go ahead and throw that out, and it's not going to happen for Texas anymore as far as steroid testing their athletes in the Lone Star State of Texas. We are working our way through this Friday. Again, we thank you for being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we tell you that, and we did tell you about the baseball. Also tell you about NASCAR. We mentioned in the baseball, Daniel Norris pitching as we speak.
Yep, I was just looking him up right now. I think he's gone 3 innings now. They're up 4-1. He's allowed 3 hits.
In what inning?
They're in the top. They're going to the top of the 4th. Blue Jays at bat, and it's 4-1 Blue Jays. Norris has allowed 3 hits and 1 run. 1
run on 3 hits and 3 at bats. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So. By the way, we talked before we went on the air, NFL news, the Redskins have re-signed Colt McCoy. You tell me you think he'll be the quarterback for the Washington Redskins?
I think before it's all said and done.
All right. So, again, if you're a Redskins fan, you've re-signed quarterback Colt McCoy back in the fold for the Redskins in Washington. Oh, gosh. Biggest story, of course, the news of the day is the college basketball yet to come. You've got West Virginia and Buffalo out of the Midwest Regional. Maryland and Valparaiso coming up later on this afternoon. Wichita State and Indiana starting in about an hour. You have Kansas and New Mexico State playing as we speak. In the West Regional, Wisconsin and Coastal Carolina late tonight. Oregon, Oklahoma State, 8 versus 9 coming up later this afternoon. That's all in the West Regional. Let's see who's still yet to play. A lot of them in the East Regional. You've got Providence and Dayton late tonight. Oklahoma, Albany late tonight. Michigan State and Georgia playing as we speak. Is that one the final yet? Nope. You got Michigan State up by 10, though, with 17 to play. Virginia and Belmont getting ready to crank up here in just a few minutes. Virginia, the number 2 seed. That's all that in the East Regional. In the South Regional, later on, you've got Iowa, the Davidson Wildcats, Gonzaga. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Pronounced
Did we ever find out what their nickname was?
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I think. Gonzaga.
That's San Diego. It's San Diego State, isn't it? Bulldogs?
Nope. Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Gonzaga
there
Bulldogs.
You go. Should have been a trivia question. No, I got to ask stupid clue questions so we can go 5 for 5. And After says, you may want to take some lessons from Horace. Okay. After I went, what I do with Elvis? 1 for 5.
One
no
for
wonder
five.
she's on me. Deservedly so, Apester. You're right. Go get some help this weekend. Be ready for Wednesday, Tom. Gotcha. Davidson, Iowa, Gonzaga, and North Dakota State playing in the South Regional. And everybody else, of course, comes back tomorrow and plays in the second round of the March Madness. I've got Kentucky beating Louisville for the national championship. You've got Villanova beating who?
Notre Dame.
Okay. That one's got beat yesterday. But right now, this has not been a good day. He goes 5 for 5 on the quiz show. I look over on the scoreboard. He's up by 1 on that one, too. So not a good start here to the weekend on my picking panel for the NCAA March Madness. We'll take a quick break, come right back. Hour number 2, not that far away. And when we come back next hour, Frank Lett joins us from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. Also, Clark Powers, the athletic director at Tri-Cities Christian Schools. He's going to be telling us about some neat things happening in the land of the Golden Eagles. Also, Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse due to join us coming up as well. Quick break. We'll be right back. You are watching on this Friday the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 5. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Friday, wrapping up our 6th week of being on the air. Love it. Thank you again very much. Again, you can go to a special Gmail account and register for free tickets to go to Bristol anytime you want to, all the time you want to, as many times you want. Horace, tell me how you can do that, my friend.
All right. You need to go to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com. Send us your name, address, contact information like a phone number or whatever. Tell us why you want the tickets, and we'll put your name in the hopper, and we'll begin to pull ticket or winners.
Yeah.
And
just a few minutes, our first winner.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock, I think you're going to pull. Well, it is 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll do that coming up when we get done talking to Franklin E. Lett. So, again, go this weekend, tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com. Enter as often as you'd like. Again, just the basic contact information, why you want the tickets, and we'll pick a pair for a winning person every day starting this afternoon. It'll be our very first coming up between now and the end of the show in an hour. Let's go to the phone. He's our buddy Franklin E. Lett from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Gentlemen, how are you?
We are good. We are sitting on go.
Outstanding.
So,
got that rain rolling out, right? I didn't listen to the forecast. I mean, surely it can't rain forever, right?
It's gone. Tomorrow, sun's out, mid-60s, going to be nice. So, yep.
I'm thinking about getting the ark out. I'm not sure getting the dogs 2 by 2. Say, let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be gone tomorrow. Going to be pretty here in the old mountains of East Tennessee. Now, your bracket, how have you done so far on the March Madness?
Well, like I said earlier, it's been better. It's not too bad. I think after today, people start figuring out where they stand. I mean, I don't want to say nobody's going to get it 100% right because there always is somebody, but it's you're always going to have upsets, and I think that's why you watch. You want to watch those shockers. Baylor getting hammered by Georgia State at the buzzer there yesterday. It was fun, and kind of the story of Kevin Ware coming back and winning, and it's good times.
Larry Brown, who's only coached ever win a college national championship and an NBA championship, said Kentucky is so good they could not only participate but probably win in the NBA in the playoffs. Is there anybody out there, and of course they can stub their toe and let the pressure get to them, but just pure talent, is there anybody out there that can compete with Kentucky this year?
I tell you that there's a young lady who sits across the hall from me who could probably tell you that nobody's beaten Kentucky this year. Lara Moore, big Kentucky fan. They're good. I mean, it's kind of like I heard Charles Barkley said yesterday before the game started. Even like him or hate him, Coach Cal is good at going and getting as many McDonald's All-Americans as he can. And, when you come down and think about it, he's got a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds out there. Kind of got them somewhat in control. I mean, as much as you could have a large group of 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds that all probably have significantly sized egos playing together. I mean, so I like the 5-in, 5-out thing, the white squad, the blue squad. Different. It's not what everybody does, but like him or love him, he always finds a way to win. Now, in 5 years, they may have 100 NCAA violations. You never know. But, hey, I mean, what's working right now is rocking for him. So he's to be commended. And, I got Kentucky going in all of my brackets. I've got them going and winning. So I think it's going to be a tough tall order for somebody to knock them off. But every giant stumbles along the way, so you never know.
You brought up a good point. I mean, back in the day, used to say, well, Pat Riley, when he had the Lakers and Showtime, he didn't have to coach because he had all that talent. Same when you had Casey Jones up in Boston with Bird and those guys. And you make this case for a lot of different teams in basketball down through the years, both college and pro, that, well, you got the talent, just roll the ball out there and they go. I would think with all the egos and all these McDonald All-Americans that expect to be the star, and there's only one basketball, I would think he's doing probably his best coaching jobs, simply getting all these guys, as you said, to play, blend in, kind of sing off the same page, if you will, and be a cohesive unit because they're used to being the stars of their high school, and he's got them molded together. I think he has done a great coaching job.
Yeah, and another thing that I think is an interesting point is Cauley Stein is from like 40 miles down the road from University of Kansas. Great, outstanding program, and he went to Kentucky too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he had an offer to go to Kansas, and he did not.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So Anyway, Kentucky plays Cincinnati tomorrow. Again, the next round for the March Madness with the Wildcats in Louisville. That's going to be an interesting crowd, predominantly Louisville. There'll be some Cincinnati folks here, I'm sure, because it's not that far from Bearcat country. So that will be tomorrow.
And that's a great story. How about Cincinnati winning with the interim coach? The head coach, had some medical issues and had to watch from home, and the assistant comes in and just has a nail biter with Purdue going to overtime and making the boys proud back home. So that was a pretty cool story.
Yeah, I'd say his stock, or not, I don't think it did. It went up tremendously. So as a potential head coach, to take that team and beat a good Purdue team to get to the next round, that's pretty good job. Great job.
Yeah, and the one other thing I would definitely say about this, we were having our rehash of day one here this morning over coffee, all the basketball fans at the office, and looking ahead, making sure nobody stumbles along the way, but I didn't realize till this morning if most people have their brackets this way, Wisconsin and Arizona meeting there in the Elite Eight. That game's in the Staples Center in L.A. Can you imagine Wisconsin, Arizona, West Coast, primetime basketball? That's going to be a pretty special event.
I would think so.
And most likely the winner of that going on to face, I would probably go so far as to say Kentucky, Maryland, Notre Dame, or Kansas. One of those four got to come out of that bracket on the top half. So that's pretty electric. I think primetime college basketball there in L.A. is probably an expensive ticket to acquire come the 28th there.
I would think so, given the fact the Lakers are stinking it up. They've been eliminated from the playoffs again, so not a whole lot of energy coming out of that arena when the Lakers are playing because they're struggling as a franchise. So, yep, should be an electric night when they roll in there in a couple of weeks to, as he said, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. We're talking to Frank Lett again from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. How did things go last week with the wrestling? You got another one coming up, and how did things go last weekend when you wrapped it up?
Man, it went great. We had over 500 athletes participating there at the Buck Van Huss Dome, and it was great. There's not a lot to say other than they got it on, and there were some winners and there were some teary eyes, but everybody came out with the experience, and I think that's the most important part, and one of the things that people forget about. You play to win, but bigger picture, you play for the experience and life lessons of winning and losing. Things aren't always fair, but as long as you're giving it your all, that's the most important. So I think that's one message that kind of gets lost that we like to kind of remind the young people when they're here in Kingsport of, you may not have won, but think about the good memory you're going to have 20 years from now. So, and buy a T-shirt, take home with you. Do that extra money, right? But help us advertise with Kingsport on the back of your T-shirt. But it went great. Lots of happy mommies and daddies and grandparents and aunts and uncles, and hotels did great. Restaurants, I think, had an outstanding weekend. And then, just a couple weeks coming up, we've got the elementary national duels. We've had it here. I need to find this out for sure, but Tom, I think I know at least 10 years it'll be for me this year, and I think it was here for 8 before me, so we're probably looking at 18th or 19th year, somewhere around there, that event's been in Kingsport. It's kind of one of the things, even though it's an AAU-sanctioned event, it's almost like we own it more than they do, because it's funny when I talk to people on the phone, they say, hey, I want some information about your Tennessee duels. It's not even anything else. It's just called the Tennessee duels. So it's a lot of fun to hear people reference it as that, and as I alluded to earlier, Jeff Fleming's got a great story. Our city manager was at the state wrestling championships watching Zach years ago, and he said the folks sitting right in front of him had an AAU elementary duels wrestling shirt on that said Kingsport, Tennessee on the back. So it's been a great event for Kingsport. We love having it. Look forward to it. And the deadline to get in it until next Friday, but I can tell you right now, it looks like we're going to have possibly a record number of teams. We're going to be in the mid-20s. So you think about 24, 26 teams with 20 kids on a team, that's over 500 kids again for a Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday event. So great times coming up, and then we roll right off of that into the college championships after that, not to mention the SSSA Super NIT. So a couple more weeks, it's going to get a little busy around the old Kingsport CVB.
There you go. That's why we're going to be talking to you on a continual basis. Lots of good things coming to town. Again, putting those heads in beds, they say, in the tourism industry and doing a good job at it. And, again, making those memories, those kids. You're exactly right. Talking to Coach the other day, he said, he's been in the business a long time. He said, wins, losses, yeah, but he said what folks need to step back and remember, and they do if they've played, is, and you nailed it, relationships. You build those relationships. When you played, you've got friends that are still, I do, anybody that's played sports probably still has friends that they made back in Little League and are still buddies or high school. So, yeah, no question, whether you win or lose in these tournaments they come to town, no matter what sport, it's all about having fun and building those relationships. You're exactly right. So, good report as always, my friend. Hope your bracket gets better. You got Kentucky winning it all, and I'm right there with you. I got them beating Louisville for the national championship. I think Pitino will get his guys rolling. He's a heck of a postseason coach. But
I think he's a great coach. I would agree with that. I'm a little bit of a closet Louisville fan or Pitino fan when it comes to basketball. So hopefully that'll work out.
There you go. Hey, great report.
Hey, just a couple quick things I'll throw out there, a few teasers for next time. Next couple weeks, everybody be looking for the Downtown Kingsport Concert Series schedule coming out. And stay very keep an eye on the news channels. Probably Sunday or Monday, you'll probably find out who's coming to Fun Fest.
Woo! You already know, don't you?
I might know.
Yeah. All right.
I think everybody will be real excited. It's going to be a great lineup again this year, for not only the Downtown Concert Series, but the Fun Fest lineup as well. And, everybody start dancing and praying now for no rain for those 3 nights so we can have a good, enjoyable night and get some good music here in Kingsport.
You got it. Great report, my friend. We'll look for that first of the week. I'll talk to you real soon, okay?
All right. You guys take care. Have a good weekend.
Yep. Good man right there. Great report. Franklin E. Lett again from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. Appreciate him very much. And, again, the wrestling coming to town. 500 young'uns next weekend. I'm sorry, 2 weekends coming to Kingsport for the AAU duels, as you heard him say. And that's going to be a great another weekend of putting those heads in beds. And that, when the man-child played, you traveled and you spent the money and ate at the restaurants and you got the gas and your vehicle and you stayed in the hotels in those towns and put that money in their coffers, right?
Yep, goes their economy. I mean,
it's the name of the game.
It's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a really good thing. So appreciate his report. And now I'm a little jazzed. I may text him after a while and say, can you give me a tip? I'll keep it to myself. Who's coming for Fun Fest? I always like it. See, you found out a couple of weeks ago, I always get worked up over who's singing the national anthem at the NASCAR events. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I always get jazzed about concert series downtown in Kingsport and, of course, the Fun Fest concert. So it's hard to believe we're talking Fun Fest, but it's going to be here in July. So it's, 3 or 4 months away. You got Fun Fest.
Yep.
So I'm ready for it. You ready for some hot weather?
I'm ready for some hot weather.
Yeah. I'm over this rain and the cool. I'm ready for, of course, first day of spring coming up at 6:45 today.
Tonight, yeah.
Will be officially.
A spring equinox. You can stand an egg on its head.
Okay, go ahead. You can stand an egg on its head.
Yeah,
at 6:45 today.
6:45 p.m. when the spring equinox hits.
Right.
You can take an egg and stand it upright, and it'll stand upright just for about a minute or so, and then it'll fall back over.
All right, this is an egg right here. Take this, stand it right here.
Yeah.
Right at 6:45 today.
Yeah.
And it'll stand up.
Yeah.
When any other time it wouldn't.
Right.
All right, I'm going to do that. What are you going to do tonight, Tom? Got a big Friday night planned? Yeah, we'll get an egg. It's at 6:45 instead of right here to see, and it could be inside, outside, anywhere.
Well, this is your thing. I mean, what did you do on daylight savings time?
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
I had to bring it up.
You had to bring it up.
You stayed up to see if the clock went backwards, didn't you? Or forwards.
You going to tell on me, okay.
I love it.
That's exactly what I did, I'll confess. I sat right here, and I was working on something, and I thought, okay, it says the daylight saving time clicks at, was it 2 o'clock or 3? I guess it was 2 o'clock.
It was in the morning, really.
Yeah, it was 2 in the morning, so I thought, I'm already up. I'm going to sit here until a few more minutes, see if it changes. And it did. It went, boop, and went to 3 o'clock at 2 o'clock. So I thought, that's pretty cool. It really does do that. So slow evening at the old Taylor homestead, I can tell you that. So now, tonight, you didn't have to, I can put that egg anywhere, inside, outside, out on the parking lot, right here on
a flat level surface.
Anywhere in the world. 6:45 for a few minutes, an egg will stand right up on its
head. Yeah.
For the spring
Just
equinox.
I'm not talking about upside down, but the larger end on the bottom. But you just stand it there.
So this is the mouse. This is an egg. It'll stand like that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try it.
I
don't know where I'm going to be. I may be at a restaurant somewhere. I'm going to pull out the egg. Yeah. No, I'll take an egg with my pocket. Take it with me. It's not a hard-boiled egg, just a fresh egg, regular
just fresh egg. No, you can't do it hard-boiled.
I'll get me an egg somewhere. I don't know where I can buy one egg. I'll get me an egg. Or I'll just buy a dozen from Food City. Get me an egg, and we'll go wherever I'm at tonight for dinner. We'll set that on the restaurant table.
You can do that twice a year.
And wow somebody.
In the spring and in the fall. When on the I guess it's the winter solstice and the spring equinox.
I'll play. How did you know that?
It's the poles. It's the physics again, Tom.
Right.
It's the magnetic poles.
Magnetic poles.
For a few seconds, it's how the Earth, the magnetic poles line up.
Right.
And it's
At what age did you learn this? Has this been something recently?
I learned this back in elementary school.
Okay. All right. Apester says she's going to do the egg thing too. So we've got to
find out if it works.
Yeah.
I'll be toast.
Slow night at the Apester house too. It's like, what are you doing? I may call her. What are you doing? I'm putting my egg right here on the table. What about you? I got my egg over here. So, okay. So when did you learn this? What age?
Back in grade school.
Never heard this in my life ever. I know you're going to go back and say you are so what? What's the word? Sheltered.
Sheltered. Yeah.
You are so sheltered. I've never heard ever about an egg. A spring equinox.
I'll tell you got me. Well, when we get back, when I got some time here, I'll look it up on the old.
Oh, I don't doubt you. It's just I've never heard of it. So we apparently didn't study the same things growing up in West Virginia as you did. And where'd you go to grade school? Indiana?
No, actually, second, third, fourth grade right here in Johnson City. Went to university school.
Let's just go to the break. What'd you do today, Tom? Well, I took an egg. See, the best part is it's probably not even true. And you will ask me Monday, did you do it? Yeah. Stupid. Got you again. You snookered you, stupid. This is probably a setup right here on the show. I'm going to look like an idiot.
I wouldn't do that to you.
In a New York Minute. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. We'll check in with Clark Powers from Tri-Cities Christian Schools on this Friday edition. Also, our first winners of the tickets to Bristol. How can you get qualified? Very simple. Go to TomTaylorSportsShow@gmail.com and register as often as you like. And we'll pull our first pair of ticket winner coming up here between now and the top of the hour on the show right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no.
Or that you can get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Friday. Again, March the 19th. Wrapping up our 29th day together. I'm sorry, March the 20th. Wrapping up our 30th day together. 6 weeks of our show. The Bracket Asphalt Maintenance and Paving Scoreboard, I should say. 7 wins up there today. We've moved the meter one more. Horace went 5 for 5 earlier today. And I've got 4. Buzzer's got 1. Gator's got 1. Horace has got 1. So if he starts winning in that one, I'm just going to quit. He's already leading here in this March Madness scoreboard. Now, I want to ask one more question.
All right.
And we're going to move on here. 6:44, no. 6:46, no. At 6:45 is when you can turn his egg. It'll do its thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at 6:43, whatever, it's too early. It's got to be right at 6:45, correct?
That's what they say.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Let's run down the scoreboard for you. Michigan State leads Georgia by 6 with about 10 minutes to play in the ball game. You have Kansas going to move on. They've got a big win, 17-point lead over New Mexico State with about 15 seconds to play. That's been decided. You have University of Northern Iowa leading Wyoming, and that is about 4 to go to halftime. West Virginia Buffalo just got started, and that's a 7-0 lead for the Mountaineers, and that's being played again between the Mountaineers and Buffalo, and Buffalo's nickname is the Bulls. The Buffalo Bulls. Who'd you take that one? West Virginia or Buffalo?
I think I took West Virginia. Let me look here. What's the we're there in the I took West
Midwest.
Virginia. West Virginia.
I took Buffalo. Why did I take Buffalo?
Once again, you're going with the Buffalo Bison.
That's it. I was going nicknames. Bulls would run over and stomp a Mountaineer. Plus, I don't like West Virginia because being a Marshall boy. So, yeah, I'm not sure I feel good about that pick already. It just got started. And then Kansas. Did you take Kansas? I guess you did, number 2 seed. Focus, did you take Kansas? He's left me. He's left me. Okay, I'm over here by myself. All right.
Yep.
And Michigan State, yep, you've left me, or yeah, I'm by myself.
No, you're always by yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. That's nice. Michigan State, you took them or Georgia?
I took Georgia.
Okay, we're in trouble. They're down 11 with 9 to play.
But you took them too. So
yeah, I took them too. So I'm not going to gain any ground on you on that one.
Yeah.
Why did I take Buffalo? Oh, his nickname pick. That's right. Okay. So, and then coming up here in a few minutes, you've got Indiana and Wichita State. Number 10 seed Hoosiers, number 7 seed Wichita State. Who'd you take there?
I took Wichita State.
I did too. I took the Shockers. So, and then later on you got Belmont, Virginia. I'm assuming you're taking Virginia on that one. Did you take Louisville or did you take University of California, Irvine, the bunch that?
No, I would not take Irvine.
Thank you.
No, don't get me started on that.
Oh, I got one more for you. Mr. former United States Marine, proud that you are. My father's a Marine. Try this one on. Saw this one last night. I mean, I literally just screamed at the screen when I read this. Happened yesterday, and here's the best part. The kids were in uproar, and the school had to make an apology. High school in New York. Now, this is a true story. I'm not making this up. High school in New York, over the intercom for the morning, they recited the Pledge of Allegiance in Arabic.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, they did. And kids were screaming. You know, they got the little speaker in each room. They were screaming at the speaker. But they went nuts, the kids did, in the rooms. I mean, they were very much against it. And so the school came out and made an apology.
Like they should.
Like they should. I mean, we're in America, and they're reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in Arabic. I mean, it's like, what's next? So it's throw them the keys. You know what I'm saying? No, you won't take these keys of this country out of these, what is that they say, these cold fingers? They say I'm going to take my gun out of my hands.
My cold, dead fingers.
Cold, dead fingers, the keys to the country. Nope, I'll go down swinging, but good grief. So anyway, University of California, Irvine last week said can't have a flag flying on campus. It's offensive. We're in America, thank you. And then how about all those folks that died for that flag?
Oh, I know it. Oh, man, just don't get me started.
Get
me started.
And then the national anthem in Arabic at a high school in New York, upstate New York. So, but, again, they retracted that. They apologized to the kids, apologized to the community, because the parents, I guess the kids texted their mamas and daddies, and they were going nuts. They were calling the front office as raising Cain, as they should have. So,
who was the buffoon that decided to do that to begin with?
I was some kid doing it, but I don't know whether he's doing it for kicks but, you know, it
makes no difference. Some adult had to let him do it.
There you go. So it sparked a brush fire of negativity on the response. So, all right.
Go ahead. It was ringing. Not anymore.
Was it ringing?
It was flashing.
I didn't
you
see
got
it.
that flight.
Well, okay, I'm going to put that over. Can I do it now?
You can see it now.
All
you might
right.
want to try calling back.
Okay. Well, like on the air now?
Why not?
Well, okay.
Why not?
Okay, we'll do it. Here we go. We're on live. What'd you do today, Tom? Well, I set an egg on its edge, and I made a live phone call. So here we go. Now you're going to get the switchboard. Welcome to
Tom?
Yes.
Hey.
Coach. There he is. Live. Here we go. I was calling in. You were calling out, so we got him. We're talking to Athletic Director Clark Powers from Tri-Cities Christian Schools. And, Coach, first off, I know you love the Kentucky Wildcats. You step and watch them. How did your team do last night? You think they did okay?
They did very well. The size prevailed as usual, and the numbers that we had playing against a very well-coached team from Hampton. So they stayed with us for probably 10 to 12 minutes. It was fairly close, and actually they led at one time, but our size inside just dominated. And so I think it's going to be very difficult for a lot of teams to contend with that over two halves of a regular ball game.
I'm not sure I know anybody that's a bigger UK fan than you, and, of course, maybe Ashley Judd. So are you guys going to make plans to go to Louisville, or are you going to stay home and watch it?
We'll stay home, but we're probably going to go to the regional tournament we did last year and enjoyed that. And but we grew up with it and worked at their camps for 20 or 30 years. So, it's something that you get used to and you just live with, and it's a part of your life. It's hard to get away from that.
Here's a neat statistic about Clark Powers. A lot of folks told me this last time we got together, and I did not know this. No reason why I would have. But tell the story. You at one point drove when you were around Kentucky basketball, the late Adolph Rupp, and you've also, when you came to Kingsport at a time, you were driving around and hanging out with a guy named Buck Van Huss. So two of the greatest coaches ever, one in college, one in high school. How many people can say they drove around Adolph Rupp, Buck Van Huss?
I'm sure not many, if any, and it just so happened that, I was at the right place at the right time. And with Coach Rupp, he was our national sponsor of Junior Pro basketball, and I was working out of Lexington, Kentucky, the home of Junior Pro. And when they would sign up and pay the fees to play in our tournaments and our leagues, that then he would come and talk to their camp during the summertime. And, of course, that was also a part of Junior Pro. So it was pretty much pushing the program, and he was quite a different person than Coach Van Huss in a lot of ways, but both of them legends and icons, and probably never to be equaled. If Calipari keeps going, he might. I don't know, but certainly he's got a good jump on him. But those two guys were big emphasis on my life, and of course I was enamored by them as well, knowing the fact that they were such legends. But, I don't know of many people that would have had that opportunity to spend time with them.
That's pretty cool. Coach Rupp, before I go into the matters at hand, Coach Rupp, some folks I've read said he was surly and grumpy and can be obstinate. I guess we all can. But how did you find traveling around with Coach Rupp? Was he anything like that or totally opposite?
Well, I think most people that are so unique in what they do, he was a little bit grumpy about a lot of things, but being grumpy also makes things go well a lot of times. And he wanted a certain thing, certain ways. He in his system of basketball, he wanted a left-handed three-person, a guy that could swing the ball, a guy that could shoot it, and a guy that could drive it. And he hardly ever had a right-handed player. And, of course, this day and age, with the gifted athletes that everybody else is coaching and having, it may not be a factor, but he was very adamant about that one area of he wanted his small forward to be a left-handed player because it fit his system. But he's very unique in a lot of things, as was Coach Van Huss, and he also was a joy to be around and just loved every minute of it. And that's the reason why I came to Dobbins-Bennett, was to be able to coach under him.
What a thrill. Talking to Clark Powers, the athletic director of Tri-Cities Christian Schools. Got a couple of things to talk about. First off, got a brand-new football coach. Tell us about that at Tri-Cities Christian.
Well, we have been delayed a little bit because of our 3 weeks out for snow, and then our state tournament, which our girls won the state tournament and the boys were runner-up. But during that time, we had hired a new football coach to run our program, and it's Tom Williams, who was a player at DB. At one time, he was the second leading receiver in history at that storied program. He also coached at the middle school level and also has coached at North. And those schools where he's been head coach at a couple of those and was always very successful. And that was one of the things that we wanted. And we also wanted someone that was a player, and we got that. And we wanted somebody that could really connect with young people, and we got that. So we think we've hit a bonanza with hiring Tom, and he's been out a few times, and the charisma that he brings and the personality, it's just heartfelt to know that he's going to be guiding our young men. And we've also hired 3 people inside our school, so all of our athletes can be here if they have any issues spiritually or from a parenting or a mentor standpoint. We're going to have those people here on staff, so we're extremely excited about what's going on.
We're talking to Clark Powers, Athletic Director, Tri-Cities Christian Schools. Love promoting our local schools and our local student athletes. The facilities, I know the facilities, you are getting ready to put up some light poles and kind of jazz up some of the athletic facilities at Tri-Cities Christian. Tell me about that.
Well, we have 2 fields. We've got contracted lights for both fields. We're in the process of bringing them up. They would have been up here earlier, but as you know, we've been inundated with rain, and they can't move those heavy poles and different things, and we don't want to get on our football field where we would have to install them, so we're behind on that. But we have had a contract to do that, and we're also checking on some other systems that merged their sports and from 3 schools into 1, and so we're in the process next week of contacting those folks and see if those would fit our needs. But we've got somebody hired to hook the scoreboard up, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get that put up, and we'll be able to see the time ticking off and the scores when we play our soccer as well as our football there. But we've got things on the move, and it's just a never a dull moment, so we're trying to improve our athletic program and just create excitement that this new coach is going to bring, and with all the facilities, everybody seems really excited and ready to go.
Last but not least, again, we're talking to Clark Powers, Athletic Director at Tri-Cities Christian Schools. Again, great friend. We go back a long way. I know back in the day he has 2 young ladies. His daughters, outstanding tennis players in their own right. So it's a sports family from head to toe. They do a great job and did then. And Coach Powers and I, as I said, go way back and always treasure his friendship. You've got a walkathon coming up where folks can get involved, whether they're involved at Tri-Cities Christian directly or just want to help out a school that believes in Christian education. There's a walkathon coming up to help the athletic department. Tell me about that.
Well, on the 10th of April, we're going to have the students out. Every student in the school are trying to get people to sponsor them, and they will be walking on our football field, and there will be a path and a portion of the field set aside where they have to circle that field so many times. And of course, we're going to give lots of promotions for the kids that want to do that. This money goes exclusively for athletics, and so we're hoping everybody in the school will participate, and if anybody wants to contribute to that or sponsor a young man or a young child or boy or girl or whatever, the whole student body should be participating in that. And we've got things set up to where that if they get so many persons and sponsors that they will get some things that are going their way and some added benefits for helping our athletic program grow. And when you have as many things going on as we do, it takes a lot of time and a lot of money, and we're working at that daily.
Absolutely. So lots going on. So, again, tell us the date and how can we get involved in the walkathon to help out at Tri-Cities Christian?
April 10th is the day, and that is on a Friday, and it will start early in the morning, and we will have everything set up. If they want to call the school and say they want to sponsor this child or that child or give us a call, we will be glad to sign the papers for them. We will be glad to show them the prizes that all the young people will get by participating, and we're looking for 100% participation so that all that money would go to our sponsorship of our football program and our athletics in general. So we're hoping that we get 100% participation, and it looks like we're going to. So everybody seems to be very excited about it.
Very good. So I appreciate you very much. Great report. Keep going, and we're going to be promoting you as much as we can. And we have Coach Williams on very soon to talk about football at Tri-Cities Christian. So last question, who you have on the other side of the bracket playing Kentucky for the national championship?
I kind of feel like Arizona. the coach out there has done a nice job. He did a nice job with his spot before he got to Arizona. They've got the size and strength of several also first-rounders that are on their team. So it will be a battle, but I think Kentucky will prevail because I think we've got a little bit more possible first-round or second-round choices on our team, and that will generally wear you down late in the game like that. That's why some of these teams have been close, but they get tired and those shots start to fall a little short.
There you go. So Kentucky and Arizona to play on that side of the bracket, and then on the other side of the bracket, the East and South finalists. Who do you have on that side of the bracket? I've got Louisville and Gonzaga. Am I wrong?
I don't know that Louisville would be there. If I were a betting man, which I'm not, I wouldn't bet on Louisville. They've been up and down, and they don't have consistent guard play. Coach Pitino also is a really good coach. I would think Gonzaga probably would be good. They've got a 6'9" kid that transferred from Kentucky, a young man that is a really good player. But I think other than those three, it's a point or 2 or 5 points down for most teams beyond that point. But on a given night, anybody can get hot. If the three-point shots are falling and they stay out of foul trouble, there's several at that level that could win it.
All right. We'll see how it shakes out here the next couple of weeks. Coach, as always, thank you. Treasure your friendship, you and your family. Keep smiling. We'll keep promoting this walkathon. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you so much, John. And John, thank you so much, Tom. And I think you're the best announcer in the business.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I think you're a heck of a coach, too. So we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Good job again, Coach Powers from Tri-Cities Christian Schools. And again, the walkathon. Let's go. Let's pledge. Can we pledge? I mean, I'm all about Christian education.
Yeah.
I'm going to pledge. I don't know what I got to do to. Would you do it a mile? So much a mile. So much a lap. What would you do? 50 cents a lap. $1 lap, whatever, to help the cause.
Yeah, something like that.
Goes back to.
Depends on how many, those laps start adding up, but your jingle starts going up too.
Yeah.
But I'm in on that.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do it. So I want to help out. I'm all about helping out Christian education. It's a school again, and they take this proud stand that they do not take any funding from the feds. I'm about to read the story here. It's not a sports story, but I want to see your face and watch that vein go. But this school, again, is Christian-based. They make no bones about that. They unashamedly, again, have a Christian-based education. They do a wonderful job. I know folks who graduate from that school. They proclaim unashamedly the man who hung on the cross. So I'm all about that. So I'm going to help them, and I'm going to try and promote them as much as I can. Getting Tom Williams, the football coach, charismatic is an understatement. This guy is just he's probably right there at 220. Our buddy 220 just bzzz, he's the same way. And so he's very dynamic, and he'll do a good job at Tri-Cities Christian School. So we'll continue to promote that walkathon coming up on the 10th, which should be, 3 weeks away. So we'll continue to promote that for him. Students at Pine Bush High School in Pine Bush, New York, knew right away something was not quite right about the Pledge of Allegiance. That's because the pledge was being recited in Arabic. One nation under Allah.
Geez.
Wait a minute. One nation under Allah, the student body president announced over the intercom. Reaction to the upstate New York high school was swift, and so was the backlash. Furious students. Yes. That's what I want to hear. They say kids under 25 don't care about this country. Well, I've heard that from different people. Not everybody. I've heard some, they don't care about the United States. Furious students tried to shout down the recitation, I should say, in their classrooms. Other students sat down in protest. Whoo! So, School Superintendent Joan Carbone told the newspaper the Arabic pledge divided the school in half, noting that many complaints came from Jewish parents and those who had lost family members fighting the war on terror. The outrage among students was so significant the school issued an apology. That's what I'm talking about. Here's the apology. We sincerely apologize for having the Pledge of Allegiance recited this morning in our high school in a language other than English. God. In our school district, the Pledge of Allegiance will only be recited in English as recommended by the Commissioner of Education. Now, here is New York State regulations. Do not mandate that the pledge be recited in a specific language. It recommends only specific. So I can't even read them, so jacked up. Slow down, Tom. Relax. God, just burns me. That's exactly right. State regulations do not mandate that the pledge be recited in a specific language. It recommends only specific wording. So they can do it in pig Latin if they want to, as long as they say the words right. That is such garbage. Such garbage.
Yeah, it just
United States of America. And my father served in the World War II.
Political correctness run amok.
Can you imagine in East Tennessee, some old boy getting on the PA and saying, "One nation under Allah" at a school? I would like to think.
That's fighting words.
There you go. I would like to think that kids around here would say, "Whoa, time out. We're still in the greatest country in the world where this flag flies, my friend. United States of America." All right. Whoo!
You want Daniel Norris update?
Give me a Dino update. Let's move back into the sports. I feel better.
Yeah. This is some good news. Daniel's gone 5 innings, has 4 strikeouts, still only allowed 1 run and 5 hits. So he's still in the, unless they pulled him when they go back in the bottom of the 5th or the bottom of the 6th, he's still pitching. He's gone 5 innings.
He's still going.
Still going.
You got opening day coming up for most ball clubs, April 3rd or 4th, somewhere there. So you got about 2 weeks to opening day. So he may get 1, maybe 2 more pitching assignments. So if he's trying to make that starting rotation, they're going to let him go a little bit longer in the pitch count. So he's into the 5th inning because, the first time out, it was like, I think it was like maybe an inning, 2/3 of an inning. But no, wouldn't have that been longer than that? Probably an inning and a third. And last time out was a couple of innings. So now he's into the 5th inning still pitching. And the Blue Jays are winning or losing?
They're up 9-1.
9-1. So they're going to let him stay out there for a little while to.
Oh, he's got an
8-run cushion.
Lead. Yeah.
Got an 8-run cushion. They're going to let him work it out of there a little bit. So pretty cool stuff. Horace, you went 5 for 5. Give me some taters. Let's talk some good things.
Good things.
Horace went 5 for 5. He's leading the scoreboard, 14-13. I am just over here for his support. So I'm just here to make life. Do you need anything to drink, sir?
No, I've got my, let's see here. It's a Monster drink today. That's what's did it right there. I got my Monster Energy Ultra Sunrise drink.
Yeah, a little jacked up over there. Now, do we still have some sugar-free candy we can share?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And this, by the way, this Monster drink is 0 sugar, 0 calories.
Uh-huh. There you go. So he's, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm surprised they're still here.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Now,
have you a peanut cluster.
Anything for you. Can I offer you, sir, a sugar-free Pecan Delight Russell Stover candy? Anything for you, because I'm just here to serve.
Well, Tom, I appreciate that.
I'm the wing beneath your wings, Horace. So there you go. He's got him a candy, and he gave to me, and I turned and came back to him. So anyway, went 5 for 5. It was pretty impressive, really. Some of those I would.
You actually thought I was going to miss 1 or 2.
I did. I won't lie to you. I thought you would have never gotten Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, former NFL football player. I thought you would have never got that one because old boy's big and muscular doesn't mean he played football, but he did. So anyway, Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers. Are you a Rocky Balboa fan? Did you like the movies?
The first one and maybe the second one, but after that it got a little. Too much. The remakes just didn't live up to the original.
Have you seen the last one?
No.
Oh, I need to let you borrow it for the weekend. You can bring it back Monday. It's awesome. Put that on your 872.
Is that the one where he coaches another boxer?
No, this is where he comes out of retirement. And it's the old guy against the young.
Of course, he gets beat up to a pulp before he wins, right?
He didn't win.
Oh, he didn't win.
No, it's a great movie. It's a lot about and the guys.
Spoiler alert there.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you anymore. It's the best Rocky for me. It's the best Rocky movie out there. Lots of lessons on life, and I would encourage you. I'm going to give that to you. You have a homework assignment. You think you'll have time this weekend to watch it on that 472,000 screen TV you got?
I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll see.
Okay, try to give him a movie. So this is where I would say, Horace, you lead
I've got
such
stuff
a
to do this weekend. I mean,
you got boats to get ready.
I got to get my motorcycle out. I've got to get my boat ready to go take it up to Bass Pro to have it serviced. And
gotcha. All I got to do is take this egg at 6:45 tonight and see if it's on its edge. That's my weekend.
And if it doesn't work, I'm going to hear the end of it on Monday. I'll tell you.
I'm going to wear you out. Big weekend for me. What are you doing? Got this egg. Going to twist this egg. Is Equinox egg. Yeah, great. All right, final break coming up. Again, let me tell you about the good folks at Max Medicine Mart. Again, make tracks to Max, and you do, on Center Street in Kingsport. The Now product line is 20% off. Also, if you're looking for candy, they've got Easter candy. They also have, for folks who are diabetic, again, we tell you all the time, a growing problem in our region, particularly for young people. They have sugar-free candy, again, at Max Medicine Mart. on Center Street. In fact, they've got what you have right there, the Russell Stover
The
Pecan
Russell
Delight.
Stover Sugar-Free Pecan Delights.
Yep, they've got those in the bag. I don't know if you got those there, but that's where you can get those there for sure. Russell Stover. Again, they also have the Now product line. Also, a lot of folks have, for the digestive problems, have to eat gluten-free products. They've got those in stock, all kinds of gluten-free products at Max Medicine Mart. Again, make tracks to Max, and you do on Center Street in Kingsport, and they do a wonderful job, and we appreciate them very much. And again, let me run down some of the gluten-free products. Oh, we got to do the thought for the day too. Forgot all about it. This thing flies by, man. I got 15 minutes left in the show and it's over. I mean, I can't believe how fast it goes. Let's see.
Thing.
Oh, it's a great thing, and we got a lot of information pumped out. Let's see. What am I wanting to say? Hang on here. The notes. Here it is. Gluten-free cereals, breakfast bars, gluten-free crackers, gluten-free brownie and cake mix, breads, pasta, pretzels, rice chips, all this in the Good Food Grocery, which is a store within the store at Max Medicine Mart. It's got a full, complete health food store inside the four walls. And so if you need gluten-free products, they've got them at Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport, open 7 days a week. Thought for the day from my buddy Larry Kaiser, the Big Easy, 6'12", black belt in karate 14 times over. This guy's death on two legs. He's a tough boy, tough old bird. I know he does a great job. Larry Kaiser, I'll hear about that. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, thought for the day. How do you know you can't if you've never tried? How about that?
Yeah.
People said you can't do this show. Nobody's ever done a sports show on the internet, ever. Well, I won't say ever, but not around here. It is not going to work. It's always been traditional radio, so okay.
Well, we're getting bigger and better every day.
How do you know you can't if you've never tried?
That's right.
I mean, so how do you know you can't if you've never tried? That is the thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Again, Nationwide is on your side. They are now, again, the official insurance of Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, for 2 more years, they just signed the contract with Charlotte and Bristol Motor Speedway. The official insurance of BMS. Nationwide is on your side. And again, one of their key phrases is, let's see, where is it here? I want to read this to you because this is good. Nationwide is on your side because I got the wrong one. I dropped the one I had. Good grief.
You got too much stuff on
your We're going to clean out over here. I'm going to tell you this weekend. We're going to purge. Nationwide is on your side. And, again, they have the life insurance policy. They have that for you as well. And still can't find what I want, but Nationwide is on your side. Larry's going to say, pick up this thing and read it, would you? You want the best for your loved ones and the people you depend on you. That's why Nationwide offers so many life insurance options so you can plan for the future even if you're not there. There you go. It's good stuff. Nationwide Insurance. Again, the thought for the day, how do you know you can't if you've never tried? Good point. Final break. We'll come right back on our first ticket winners coming up right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 5. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Go Daniel Norris, throw them BBs, Bubba, in the fifth inning pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays from Johnson City, trying to make the big club, and he's on the big club trying to make the starting rotation. And so good luck in the fifth inning pitching. Spring training, our buddy, or his buddy, and I'm a big fan of him because he's local. Daniel Norris, Dino is his nickname, and what I was trying to find during the break, Nationwide Insurance, we put members first because we don't have shareholders, what I was trying to find. So Larry Kaiser thought for the day, how do you know you can't if you've never tried? And so we appreciate them very much. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance at 282-1389 is the number to call. All right, we have our first. Again, go to Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com. That's all you got to do. Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com. Put your name in the hat. Just register. Just need the basic information so we can get back in touch with you. We pull your name. We're going to get you in the bucket for a pair of tickets to go to the Stop Diabetes 300 and the Can-Am Pro Light 125. It's a doubleheader on Saturday, April the 18th. Be here before you know it. What is it? 4 weeks from today, right? I mean, from tomorrow. Is that correct?
Today's the 20th.
So it'll be
about 4 weeks, yeah.
4 weeks from tomorrow will be the race. We're going to send people to this race. So got plenty of time to get registered. Our very first winner, starting today and every day, going to pull a pair of tickets. And our very first winner today is, who do we pull out of the bucket, Horace?
Denise Odessa from Kingsport.
Kingsport, Tennessee, young lady. Our first winner, Denise Odessa of Kingsport. So she'll get herself a pair of tickets to go to the, as we said, Stop Diabetes 300. A lot of folks say this is the best racing at Bristol is the Xfinity Series race. Yep. Less laps. They can't sit back in a 500-lap race and just kind of wait it out. They can get up on the throttle and get up there front and stay up front.
And they go just as fast.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of the Cup drivers are usually in the field. Yep. So they do that because they want an advantage for Sunday's race to be out on that track and having raced 2 times to get familiar with the racetrack. So, again, Denise Odessa of Kingsport, you've won, dear. You're in. We'll be in touch with you and get you your tickets. And so if you're out there listening or watching, again, live here at livestream.com or later on this weekend or anytime, you go back and our podcast stay up indefinitely. Is that correct?
You can go and all our shows should be archived, so you can pick them and just listen to them back to back to back to back to back.
And people do that. I know Gator was telling me the other day he was listening the other night later in the evening and listening to the show. So
I told Gator he should have it on in his shop 24/7.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, I know it.
What's the deal?
He comes in the morning, he can start playing yesterday's show.
Cuts my hair, trims my beard, cuts your hair, trims your beard. Yeah. I mean, what more could the man want? I mean, we're tied into the Gator man. Literally. So, again, you can do that by simply going to, of course, now livestream.com, Tom Taylor Sports Show. You can also listen to us or watch us. The only time you can watch us is on
YouTube or Livestream.
YouTube or Livestream. TuneIn Radio, iTunes or Stitcher, of course, is audio only. And TuneIn Radio is the biggie. That's what everybody's going to.
Yeah, it seems like when it comes to the podcast, TuneIn's leading the pack.
Yeah. Yep. So, when you hear it, my point to all this is when you hear it later on, if you're watching, can't or see it or listen to it live, you can still go to that website, TomTaylorSportsShow at gmail.com, and register and get your name in the hat and win tickets like Denise Odessa did from Kingsport. And, again, you can enter as many times as you like. More the merrier. Obviously, the odds of your name in the bucket more times than once increases your chances. Horace has just went up 15-14. Kansas just finished off their opening round opponent. New Mexico State beat them 75-56. So Kansas moves on as the number 2 seed out of the Midwest Regional. And so they've moved on. Halftime, you've got Northern Iowa leading Wyoming, as expected, by 11, number 5 or number 12. With about 6 minutes to go in the first half, West Virginia leading Buffalo 27-19. And with about 20 seconds to play, Michigan State's leading Georgia 66-60. So we both picked the Georgia Bulldogs. I picked them in the nickname game. Bulldogs will whoop up on the Spartans. Apparently, the Spartans have taken the sword and so they got 20 seconds. They're down 6. Now they're down 4. Stranger things have happened, but Georgia down 4 with about 20 seconds to play, and that'll be finished up before we get out of here, and we'll be able to keep the running scoreboard
running
going.
Tally.
Yeah. What?
The running tally.
Running tally. Thank you. And it's now 15-14. Just haven't updated it because we're on to other things here. So, NASCAR. We haven't talked a whole lot about NASCAR. Let's work these guys in before we get out of here. They are out in California. They got 10 drivers out from California. I didn't know that. 10 drivers. Didn't realize that many hailed from out there on the left coast. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, A.J. Allmendinger, Josh Wise, Kyle Larson, Casey Mears, David Gillian, Cole Whitt, Kevin Harvick from California. It's his home track. And Matt DiBenedetto. So all these guys are from California, and so they're out there racing. And, again, the Cup practice starts in about 6 minutes. Their first Cup practice out on the track in Fontana. And so they'll go from 3 to 4:15 our time. Then the Xfinity Series will be out on the track from 4:30 to 5:25. And everything keeps going back and forth. And ultimately the Coors Light Pole qualifying for Sunday's Auto Club 400 will be at 7:50 tonight our time. So they'll be qualifying under the lights. Well, no, actually it won't be. Out there it'll be 4:50. So it'll still be late afternoon on the left coast for the folks who last year Kyle Busch won it, starting the 14th spot. Obviously he won't this year. The most wins, active drivers, Jimmy Johnson with 5. The most poles in California, Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin with 3 each. And how about this? The most top 5s at Auto Club Speedway, Jimmy Johnson with 12. Most top 10s, Matt Kenseth with 14. You know, Kenseth in the Joe Gibbs garage, those guys need a good weekend.
They do. Gibbs hasn't had a good start to the season at all. That whole
they have not.
Team. So
points starting today, by the way, or this weekend. Kevin Harvick still the points leader of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Joey Logano second. Martin Truex Jr. third. Casey Kane fourth. A.J. Allmendinger currently fifth in points. Jr. currently sixth. Jimmy Johnson seventh. Ryan Newman, Rocket Ryan currently eighth. Brad Keselowski ninth. And Matt Kenseth 10th. See, what's that say? Wait a minute. Who did this? Oh, it was you, though. You have your glasses. I look over last week. He left his glasses. He's home. I look over and he's doing this. I'm thinking, what? And that's, you can see better, right?
It's an ocular trick.
It's an ocular. So you're just full of stuff. From eggs standing on the side at 6:45. Ocular, give me some smoke. That's good. Speaking of smoke, that's what I was looking at.
I know. I know you're
36.
I know it.
36th in points.
They're the Jekyll and Hyde of the racing teams this year. Got a couple at the top and a couple at the bottom.
There you go. So, longest winning drought in NASCAR. Can it be snapped this week? Casey Mears has not won a race on the Sprint Cup Series since 2007.
Ain't going to happen tonight. It's going to happen this weekend either.
Regan Smith, Paul Menard, Trevor Bayne, Clint Boyer, these guys gone a long time without a W. And then I think I told you this. I did.
Well, Trevor Bayne's not been racing in the Sprint Cup Series for quite a. I mean, it's just 2 or 3 years, isn't it?
Yeah, he's kind of a newbie. But his last win came in 2011, 4 years ago. Harvick's win last week, by the way, puts him 23rd all-time in wins. He leapfrogged over Kyle Busch. They were tied at 29. So Harvick's win last week, his 30th win of his career, puts him now 23rd all-time. They're going to be qualifying later today. We'll have for you on Monday when we get back in here some audio from the race. And then they finally start coming back our way.
Yep.
And that's a good thing. I think next week they go to – where do they go next week? Do you remember?
No, don't remember.
Okay, I can tell you that right now if you'll just wait. This will be a good time for you to say something. Just be talking.
Okay, well, at 10 seconds to go in the game. It's 68-63. Michigan State. No, it's 69-63. So it looks like Georgia's got a very strong uphill climb if they're going to win in 10 seconds. Not going to happen.
Next week, the boys come back this way, and Danica come back this way finally in nearby Martinsville next weekend. Then they go back out they skip the weekend. See, I still applaud them. They still skip Easter weekend. For the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Easter weekend, the man hung on the cross, so they'll skip that weekend, go to Texas April the 11th, and coming our way April the 19th. It'll be here before you know it. So
will be.
Good stuff. So anyway, they're going to be in California this week, and we'll see how that goes for the lads and lady of NASCAR. Denise Odessa, Kingsport, our first ticket winners. Again, one more time, go to TomTaylorSportsShow@gmail.com, and again, register. And get your friends, get your neighbors. Why would you not if you win tickets to Bristol? I mean, it's a doubleheader on Saturday, free tickets out in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is take 4 or 5 minutes, type your name in there, and it's Denise Odessa did it in Kingsport, our very first winner. So really can't go wrong. And it's not just anybody in the Tri-Cities, anybody anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're planning to come
Even
on
in
Bristol,
California, you want to fly over here and watch the game.
yeah,
Watch the race. Put your name in the hat.
There you go. So it can be anybody, anywhere. Final score: Michigan State defeats Georgia 70-63. Lost that one in the old picking panel.
Yeah.
And so we still stay at 15-14, right?
Yep.
All right. So great show. Appreciate the folks on the show. Pete Tackett. Again, don't forget Carl Torbush, East Tennessee State football coach, will be at Antioch Baptist Church on Sunday morning giving his testimony free to everybody at 11 o'clock right off of the old Jonesboro. No, what's the name of the road that goes out past Antioch Baptist Church?
It's Antioch Road.
Antioch Road. No, the one you turn off of.
Oh,
I call it
West
the old
Walnut. The old
West
Jonesboro
Walnut.
Highway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The old Jonesboro Highway, West Walnut Street. All right. And also Frank Lett from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. Clark Powers from Tri-Cities Christian Schools, all of our guests today. And, of course, we have to tell you one more time, he went 5 for 5 on the quiz show. I'll never hear the end of this. And also at 6:45 tonight, to bring in spring equinox, anywhere you are in the world, according to Horace, you set an egg and it's going to sit on its edge. Is that correct?
We can stand it up.
We got to get this guy. Got to get him something to do. He's awesome. Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, Book Lovers Warehouse, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Bristol Motor Speedway, American Import Auto Repair, B&H Wealth Strategies, brand new sponsor, Cherokee Barbershop, Mike's Medicine Mart, Bays Mountain Park, Wells Fargo Financial Network Advisors, and Bracken Asphalt Maintenance on the Bracken Asphalt Maintenance and Paving Scoreboard. We've got 7 now. Give me a taters. Horace, 1, Gator 1, Buzzer 1. I've got 4, quiz show correct, and we got a total of 7 now on the Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance Scoreboard. We're out of time. We thank you for yours. Roll that music, cowboy. And, again, have yourself a great weekend. We thank you for being with us. Rejoin us Monday. Check us out on the podcast over the weekend. Rejoin us live Monday from 1 to 3 here on livestream.com. As always, we'll tell you win or lose, be a good sport. For Horace and our guest, this is Tom Taylor. Have a great weekend. And thank you sincerely for being with us on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So long, everybody.